Okay, so this is one of the requests from one of the viewers. One of you great guys. So, it is going to be No Man's Sky. Now, I know a lot of people have reviewed No Man's Sky, but only on the Darius Game Reviews channel can you get my epic opinion, my my uh my my talent behind the camera, my commentary, this lovely voice. So, first, I guess we'll start off with So I know No Man's Sky came out like 2016ish or 2015. And so I believe everyone knows that it had a hyped up launch and then it absolutely failed. So like imagine like the hype was like here and then just died. Mainly because it lacked a bunch of features at launch. No multiplayer, exploration aspects were very weak. I mean, it's based off exploration, but when you explored everything kind of looked the same. Now I didn't buy the game when it first came out. I thought it was cool until I heard everyone ranting and raving about how bad it was. So I don't have a physical copy of it. I do have a digital version on my PlayStation and a couple other games, so I'll review those in the future. Now, No Man's Sky, when I first played it, I had an awful time, mainly because I played on survival, or like brutal or something. I didn't realize that the planet gen would like absolutely cuck me, so I had to start a new one. And like, I'll look at this. I really like the look of the game. The look of the game doesn't look that bad. It looks pretty good. It's relaxing. Like the ships are cool looking when you get into it, but I really wish they had something like ship customization, where you could interchange the parts or color it, because that would really make the ship more like yours instead of just a ship, and then someone can have the exact same copy, maybe just a different thruster at the end. Space stations are cool. I like how they dabbled a little bit in an economy mechanic, but I really wish they went a bit further into that, besides just, some galaxies have better economies, some galaxies have worse economies. Now, the player hub, like the Anomaly, isn't that bad, but it has more to be desired, in my opinion. Like, you have missions, you can see other people's ships, you can get blueprints and stuff with nanites, but I really wish there was more stuff. Not only you can interact with players, but maybe you could buy special ships there, or something that really made the Anomaly even more special. Planets, some planets are really cool. Like, there's stars you can only go to via getting a different drive, like cadmium drives or indigo drives or some other green drive, right? And so it's like the planets, unless you go into a special planet, most planets I would feel like are a little bit lackluster to explore, because you usually have your creatures or a giant crab, some weird like angry creatures, or some like I've seen some creatures as of recently since it updated to be kind of cool. And ever since they did No Man's Sky Beyond update, you can play with friends, which refreshed a lot of people's interest in the game. And don't get me wrong, I was actually quite addicted to the game with my friends for around 2 months. But then we just played the absolute shit out of it and never really played it again until maybe a week ago, and then we played it for 2 days and stopped doing it again. It's an okay game. I like the exploration aspect since they updated it more. There's more different varieties of planets and enemies, and I mean, not enemies, but you only have like the robots or the drones, the sentinels, which are essentially just triggered at everything. I don't know. There's a lot to be desired via combat wise. I mean, I know it's based more on exploration, but I wish they had more combat features, customization, add a little bit more to exploration. Although they did add more, I just wish they had just a little bit more. Something that really spiced it up. Something that just changed the whole system or game, I'm happy that there's a lot of systems you can go to. There's like a quintillion tons of them, as they would say. But I still feel like there's a lot to be desired. But if you're into a sort of chill, okay game, then No Man's Sky might be the game for you. But after I got a couple ships and a freighter, I didn't really see what was the point of doing anything. Because, I mean, you can do the main quest, but even the main quest isn't super rewarding. most of the rewards you get aren't even useful. You don't really get a bunch of units for doing missions or anything. Like some missions you do get units for, or some you get nanites, but really I feel like the reward is also kind of lackluster. Like there's a lot to be desired in that respect too. Overall, most of the bases I would recommend to be like the building system. There are some cool building features, but it feels very janky. Like Subnautica, the thing I loved about Subnautica is that the building was like it was just amazing. You know, it could be janky sometimes, but it was very rarely like that. They've made very fluent building and exploration aspect that kept it very interesting. Although they maybe have been the same areas over and over again, they added a lot of depth to them. Although it is an ocean, so they probably would have to add depth. I mean, No Man's Sky, like the first-person spaceship thing looks cool for like the first while, but it does get pretty boring and also annoying to maneuver around because you get so, at least I get so nauseated and confused trying to find a planet or anything, and sometimes markers seem like they almost disappear. I do have a lot of complaints about this game. I will admit, I am not the hugest fan of it, but I still kind of like it. Because it has a little bit of charm to it, but that's mainly in like, if you want like a okay kind of game, something that you don't really need to think too much about, or just like, I don't know, it's just okay. It's just if you just put like in big bold letters, okay, you know, it's basically what I would call the game. Although the things I do enjoy about it, like I said, is the style. A lot of the ships look really cool. That's why I wish you could customize them so you can make them look even cooler and personalize them. I like the idea of living ships. The planets do have little depth to them, you know, you do have some environments and temperatures and toxic, and some planets are really pretty, but that also knows that the random generating or RNG doesn't also have, like, I wish they just added a little bit more to it. Let me think. The ship upgrades were okay. I wish I had more, like, the ship upgrades are pretty vague, in my opinion. It's hard to really get an idea of what you're really doing, or what you're really buying. It's like, oh, it's a supreme upgrade for this phaser. But what does the phaser do? Is it just an attack upgrade? I guess it does do an attack upgrade. And I wish the different attack upgrades, instead of changing the color or the sound of your laser, I wish it, like, gave you a different sort of look on your beam, or if you could have different weapons on your ship, or different sort of thing. It's just more customization. That would be amazing. That would really refresh the game for me, and maybe a lot of other people who think that it lacks a lot. And probably refine more on the base building. But the exploration aspect, although sometimes weak, is still pretty good. It's really fun to go around on different planets and break through the atmosphere and warp drive around and go on different moons, and each galaxy is different, and that's really cool. I can appreciate it. It's technically always new, but at the same time, for something so big, it feels so empty. And the main quest line never really captured my thoughts. You're just trying to find this alien. So yeah, that was my review on No Man's Sky. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was pretty negative, but that was my opinion on it. But like I said, if you do enjoy the game, don't hold it, don't take it personally. It is just my opinion. So yeah, if you did enjoy it, please subscribe and, give me your opinion down below about the things you did and did not enjoy about No Man's Sky. Like the video if you enjoyed it, or dislike it if you don't like it. That's perfectly fine. You have the right to. Okay, so any other suggestions for me to review things, please leave it down below. Okay, see you in the next video.